Hey, hello. Thank you. It's nice to see you again. Mhm. Alright. This one needs to be slightly more straighter. Hey guys. Yeah, just that's all good, mate. Don't worry about that. Cause my time of my stream is quite random, so I don't really know when I'm gonna do a stream. Yeah. So don't worry about that. If you have other things to do, go ahead and do that. It's not a huge deal at all. Plus, there's a recording, so you can always come back and watch them if you're interested. But otherwise, most of the time when I do stream, it's just like when I want to do a bit of a daily practice and stuff. Mm. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. Now I'm working on a character design thing for illustration. Not really character design, but more like design this illustration, because I pretty much know how the character should look like. Yeah, but this time, well, we do have a tiny bit of design work involved in that. Um, Thank you. Now, well, this is a little draft that I'm working on right now. And you're right, I'm actually going to make this on paper. So, yeah, because I want to test. Remember, I got set a marker I need to test. So I'm going to put this on paper to test the markers I got there. And what I'm doing right now is like a version that I want to figure out if it works. Okay, that's the idea. Now this is a front view of the character that I would like to do. Now of course there will be a number of different views here. This is only one of them. I will need to create a bit of like a back view of the character. Same character, same motion, but from behind. It is a little challenging for me because I never done such artwork from behind. So yeah, we're gonna just try to see if that works. Front. Now I'm gonna try to work out the kind of similar pose. But yeah, we'll see how things goes. How do you look? You can upload your drawing. Actually, you can upload your drawing on YouTube to my community, so I can see it. Yeah, go for it. It's if you click my profile and go to my page, there's a community where you can actually upload your artwork there. If I've got time, I'll have a look at your artwork and maybe I can change that for you. Like if you're happy with it, I can give you some ideas and suggestions and all that. Yeah, so that's something we can do. So the body, now unlike the other one, this time the body is tilted at the front, so his back is like that. His back hand is here, his arm is behind, and he's holding a sword. This time gonna make him look like this. So he's holding his sword from behind. It's a bit tricky to draw the hands and everything from behind because this is not a usual angle I would do. So I might have to just try and maybe make a few mistakes before I can get that. Oh, okay, I drew the hand wrong. Yeah, if it's behind the you're actually going to see the thing look like this, kind of like this. Tilted a bit. Yeah, this one is a bit tricky to see. Bit tricky to see here. So I hope I can work out the basics. Oh, I read your drawing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah. I look, if you feel happy, I can, I can discuss something about that and maybe help you to improve that a little bit. Right? I don't know if that's something I want to do. I'm not that type of person who wants to rate people's work. But if you don't mind, I can rate it for you. That's for sure. Okay. I'm happy with this arm here. Actually, looking pretty okay. The hand probably needs to be a little bigger, and the arm needs to be a little wider too, because the arm looks a little too skinny. I want to make it more dramatic, so the hand, you see more of the hand here. See, the hand is bigger, it's behind, it's from behind. That's why the behind view is really tricky to draw, because I don't usually do that. I just don't feel like, okay, so that's the way. So if that's the case, the sword is going to be this way. Okay, so the sword is going to be this way. And the show of the sword is going to be here. And the handle of the sword is going to be somewhere here. Okay, yeah, if you're happy with it, we can talk about that. Just wait till I work out this guy first, because I really need to get this guy down today. I've been like dragging this for a while, because the back view is always tricky for me to draw, and that's why kind of lack of motivation to create that. But today I thought I'll get it sorted. Probably not the whole thing, but at least we'll work out the pose, and we'll work out some of the details that we can see here. Okay, so the knife is gonna be, man, to be honest, I don't really know what the angle is. I should take a shot of my hand from behind. Oh no, it's tilted, so it's gonna be this way. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it like that. The knife, or the yeah, he's about swinging his sword, but I need to work out the pose first. If I draw too many other lines at this stage, it's going to block my view and kind of confuse me. I don't want to get confused by myself, so I'll probably do the other things a little later. Okay, so that is his body here. Yeah, we don't want to make him too chunky. He's not one of those very chunky guys, so I'm gonna move the head a little bit. Yeah, this would be better. This would be better. Okay, so his head is somewhere here. Now we're gonna go to his foot. The body is actually turned forward, so if I do the lower part like this here, I'll have one of his foot, which is this one here, on this side. So this foot is going to be pointing outwards, going down like that, and the calf is at the bottom part, so we're going to see a bit of the calf here. Yeah, so it's going to be something like this. We don't, from the front view, we don't really see much on this one. And so we're going to just do a very quick drawing of this here, because I know regardless what I did at this stage, later on I just have to spend a lot of time to refine it, so it's not that important to nail all the details. Yep, and the other leg of him is actually going forward here. So from a perspective point of view, this one is going to, I'm gonna have to make this one slightly higher, just to make it look more like visible and kind of realistic. And yeah, and then after that I'm gonna make the foot here. Now because of the perspective, this leg will appear to be a lot smaller than the ones behind. So that's how I would imagine he could be. I think that works. It's just that the clothes is not that, it's not as natural as the other one. Okay, I probably can bring this down a little more to make the clothes a little more natural here. And now the other legs needs to be something similar. All right. Reference? No, I don't have a reference today. Remember last time I've been drawing this pose for quite a number of times. I think I did like 10 other drawings of this pose, so I'm pretty familiar with this guy here. I just want to do a view from behind. That's why it gets a little laggy, because I don't have a reference. If I have a reference, I'll get it down straight away, because that'll be easy if I do have a reference there. Oh, hi, people from Brazil. Getobe. Nice name, by the way. Can you write my name? Good Vibes 1.0 Fox 2. Okay. Hi. What was that? Good Vibes 11.fox 2. Why do you want me to write your name there? I see a lot of people doing calligraphies. They write the names, but mine is like nothing to do with name writing. But that's your request. Now I'm gonna try to work out the hair for the dude. Hair seems easy. I'm actually happy from like drawing him from behind, because I just realized I don't even have to draw his other facial details like eyes and nose and all that stuff will be just like will be like ignored. We don't have to worry about them. And we only need to draw the hair kind of flowing to behind. And what else we need to draw here? Oh yeah, his clothes. I mean, that's the other thing that goes really tricky for me. Most of the time, like we do the sides, and we do the how would you call it, the front a lot when it comes to drawing the characters. So the back of the character is something that I constantly kind of ignored every time I do exercise. And well, now the consequence of keep ignoring such an important part is when you really need to draw it, you are struggle. You're actually struggling about this, or I actually struggling about this. So definitely not a good thing. I guess if I knew I'll need to do something like that, I will probably start the exercise of him like a long time ago. I'm gonna get him to wear like ancient clothes, like a samurai or some kind. Yeah, just to make it look more fun. Okay. So that is his belt around the waist. Now I want to draw this fluffy part, lower part of this. This is a bit tricky because it's purely from imagination because I don't really see it. And I can't draw too many for the front one, otherwise I'm covering the foot or the other leg, which is not ideal. So how's that? Seems okay. Yeah, seems okay. Like this. I wouldn't feel too bad about this. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. A plus is great. That means you study very hard. Good that you're good at math and science, so you don't have to become an artist. Because obviously, artist is not that kind of job that could make a lot of money. Alright, so I have done some basics for him, and I kind of like what I got so far, but I need to tidy up some lines, and I really want to try my best to later on to find some real reference so I can work, or I can draw his outfit a little more realistic, because at the moment it's very vague. The folds are kind of from my imagination only. Yeah, I mean, if I have reference for it, I can make at least the folds of the clothes look a lot more realistic. But yeah, it's just a bit tricky for this angle. Even if you search the back angle on Google, you won't get it. It's just normally don't have that. Okay. Now he's got that. I forgot to draw the container for the sword. He's got this one. He's got the other hand holding that, so that one goes down this way. I don't feel like I need to spend a lot of attention to this thing, but just get the shape right would be good. And I want to make him look a little more fancy, so perhaps give him some kind of necklace or some kind of other decorations on the side would be good. Yeah, I don't really know what that is, but it looks like a little string attached to his neck. Yeah, I got two of them. I kind of like these. Okay, I like that. Let's keep that because it feels like it's moving. And his body's turning, that's why the hair kind of goes to this direction. Is that right? Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna have to review this again or revisit this again to make sure that I'm doing it right. So the sleeve needs to go a little higher to make it look more dramatic. Oh, that's good to know. You are Bengali and Indian. That's good to know. So you speak you speak Bangladesh, I suppose? Well, I wish I can speak more languages. All right, that's you know what I think that's better. Having this thing kind of go upwards, gives a better vibe of like he's actually floating up, and since we're moving around, I will add a little bit of dangling bits on his waist as well. Just make it look like he's got the traditional stuff here. A plate of some kind. Anyway, I want to make all his accessories floating at this stage to promote the idea that he's actually jumping very high in the air, and things are kind of temporarily free from gravities. Bengali. Okay, well, thanks for letting me know. That's something good to learn. Alright, I think I've got this guy kind of worked out. Now I want to give him a bit of extra ones. Let me think about. Now he's got a hand protection kind of thing that goes between his finger, and then after that it's got like a cheap armor under his shirt. So this cheap armor is all he got. Well, it's not really cheap or not. It's just a very weak entry level bamboo made armor. So yeah, it's not very strong. But it works for him to kind of protect him a few times. Yeah, so All right, I think the upper part. I'm happy with the upper part. Probably not the hair, because the hair still look kind of like wrong. But I like the rest of it. I think here looks wrong because I kind of try to. Okay, that looks better. Yep. That works. Now go down to the foot and try to make curves here and make the pants go into this calf little thing. It's like old school socks, I suppose. Okay. Alright, now I'm just gonna get rid of it because it doesn't look good. Alright, side, down a little, back. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, good job. I think I worked it out pretty well here for this foot. Now I'm gonna work on the other foot. Probably don't really see the connection bit. Now I need to keep remind myself, try not to draw the other one too big, because the other one is moved forward and is supposed to be small. And he has the foot armor thing, so it's like a little armor when you play soccer, you put on your foot. And I'll add it there, and I'll add strings that kind of help attach those things. Yeah, so this one works. I'm gonna add the other one here. I'm gonna make it bump up a little bit so that so you can still see the calves being like a puff up shape instead of just flat. So I'm gonna actually change this bit. Yeah, I need to change that. Okay, that seems working. What else do I need to do here? Okay, that works. Alright, so his pants are one of those very loose pants that the ancient people usually wear. Holy. Oh, thanks for explaining it to me. Yeah, so this is like a little web comic. I hope it can be a web comic, because at the moment I'm doing designs and bit of concept illustrations while I'm writing the story. So if I don't have the story, or if I don't have the first couple of chapters of the story, then it's not possible to make manga. So I hope I get the story sorted out very soon. Yeah, okay, so the hair kind of worked. I think it worked from my point of view. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, yeah, if I were you, I'll probably think about Demon Slayer as well because you're right, he's holding something. Um, so yeah, it's definitely something related to fights and samurai and stuff, but not the same story because the main story is not about fighting. Um, it's more to do. It's more like a redemption kind of story. Um, yeah, fighting is just one component inside. Uh, Let me add. Well, I think I'm happy with what I got so far. This can't really see the Satana here. That could be a problem. So what I'll do is I'm gonna zoom him out a little bit so I can free up some more space for his weapon. So I can make more rooms for his weapon there. And I want to make him wear one of the giant swords, so the sword actually is going to go out from the frame. So he's just holding this really big sword. Okay, I'm gonna start to create. Yeah, the sword is not straight. I'm aware of that. And not a huge deal. All right, his sword is really big. I think the first attempt of his size actually works well for the illustration, because if I make the sword too big, he will lose his proportion, which is not something I want to see. Oh, yeah, that kind of works. Yep, now I can give up the other one of these. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep him like that. Make him a little smaller and make sure he's in the air. Now after that, I'm gonna start to work on whoever he's fighting with. Okay, so I'm gonna create another layer and I'm gonna change the color to something like a little cool color. And this layer is going to be his opponent or whoever he's fighting with. Since this guy is symmetrical, oh my god, that's awesome. Great to know. Yeah, I like electric bikes myself. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you write a story? Yes, I'm writing a story at the moment. Um, and story is fun. Let me have a look. Hmm. Oh, okay, easy peasy. All right, so I'm gonna delete these and go here, go vertical, and go and adjust where the line needs to be. So this will be symmetrical. Yep. And does that mean if I draw something here, the other side? Oh, nice. Okay, now the problem solved. I can draw symmetrical now on Photoshop. That is a very good idea. Oh, that's a little too crazy. Yep. That's a good starting point. Oh, that's right. It's gonna be a monster of some kind here. Uh, yeah, I am doing monsters. Yep. uh, you write stories too. Yeah, because I like to read lots of fantasy novels and stuff, and sometimes when they like start to build up, ideas will popping out as well. So I'd like to note them down like my own little story. Um, and that is why I want to make this one my very own story as well. You know, it's always good to have your own stories. So this guy does look a little like a dragon of some kind, but it's actually not, because I am about to give him something extra. Okay. No, that does look like another eye. That's horrible. Alright, I don't want to do another eye there. So far, this would be good enough for a monster design, but I'm definitely going to revisit this monster. He's like really far away in the distance, so I actually need to draw him a little smaller, and kind of, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of the symmetrical. Symmetrical off. Alright, I'm getting rid of the symmetrical, and now I'm putting this guy very far away. I want to create a puff of smoke or some other things to block his lower part of the body, because he just like randomly appears in a puff of cloud. That's the idea. But the cloud will look like it's phlegm there, and this guy would also have his arm like reaching out really big and try to capture him. And that means I need to make this guy even smaller. So that way we have a good contrast, and I'm gonna make this dude a little more bigger. And yeah, that's how it works. Go back to him, and his body is gonna just be like a big puff of smoke. I don't feel like I need to add too many things to it. Or phlegm, I haven't really sorted out yet, but I think either smoke or phlegm would do. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, you can post it on the community. But look, if you worry people steal your story, then don't do it, because you don't really want people to steal your story. Yeah, because unlike drawings, like if your story been stolen, you feel really bad. Okay, I'm gonna try to draw a very big hand. Now, in order to make it, I'm creating a new layer. So this very big hand of him, or maybe not hand, maybe like more like a claw of him, will be like approaching him from the distance kind of scene. Yep. So yo, that's all good. Yeah, look, it's fine. It doesn't have to be completed. My story is not completed either. I'm still in the stage of developing that. And to be frank, a good setup is good. It doesn't have to be fully completed. Alright, so the other one, the other hand is like that. So I'll probably need to go back and refine all the fingers to try to work out how they actually look like. Yeah, actually, I think I made a mistake here. This one needs to go down a little more, whereas these two needs to be pointing straight. Yeah, because that's how the pose should be. This one needs to be pointing straight. This one goes down a little. And yep, and this one needs to be pointing straight too. Alright, so that's the idea. The hand looks horrible, I know. When are you gonna start the stream? I don't know. I'm pretty random, to be honest. I wish I can give you a fixed time live, but I couldn't make it. Yeah, he's definitely fighting with some monsters, but yeah, in the story it is part of the story. But it's not the main part of the story, because the story is not about just fighting monsters. You know what? I need to redo the hand because the hand looks horrible. I'm gonna take a photo of my own hand, and now I'm gonna just do that. Oh my god, my hand looks horribly bad too. Okay, I'm gonna make it very spooky. I'm trying my best to make like a super spooky view. See my hand? I'll see if I can use that. Oh yeah, this is good. A spooky one. Okay, let me use this spooky hand. Alright, I just realized how chubby my hand is. I just delete the old ones and gonna use the new one that I have created. Now, my weird looking hand. Now you see I have a reference. When I have a reference, I can draw fairly quickly. Alright, there's a small issue because my hand actually blocked the view of the boss. Phew. Never mind, I suppose. Here the hand is the main thing because you don't really see the full body of the boss anyway. So I'll make the hand, and I'll make the hand looking very, very strange, like having a lot of curves and having lots of like things that bound around it, like strings and stuff, to tie around the hand to make it look like it's trying to restrain the power of the hand. So that is the idea. I'm gonna make it out there. Now I wanna add the details here. Okay. Now the funny thing about people's hand is, I believe lots of artists were using their own hand to be a reference guide when they do their manga or cartoons. But you know what? There's downside of it. Because when you want to draw a hand that belongs to a skinny person, and if you have a fat hand like I do, then that could be an issue. Because yeah, your hand and the hand of the character are not really look the same. So imagine you draw a very skinny character, and then all of a sudden he's got these very chubby looking hand, and it looks pretty meaty, and that could be a problem. And yeah, I think I'm just encountered this problem at the moment because my hand looks very organic and nothing fancy compared to the monster's hand. But again, I'm a normal human being, so don't get me wrong on that. Alright, so there's so many hands there. How did you get so many hands there? Alright, so what I did here was to create a 3-layered artworks. The jumping characters I got there, and the second layer is the hand, and the third layer is the smoky monster that was there behind. I kind of like how the setting look like right now, because the monster is in the distance. It's not like it's super obvious, but through the hand you can see half of him or a little bit of him there. So that was good one. Because at the moment, like, review how exactly this guy look like, it's not right in the story, so it's better to just keep it half hidden under the cloud, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now I want to make something a little dangle, a little long about him, because he has these dangling bits. I want to try to see if I can make something like that, like his there's a string, or there's like something attached to his waist that would make it go really like dangle behind. I don't really know what that is, but I want something to be like that. This scene here that I'm drawing right now can balance the artwork, because at the moment, this side you had this sword go all the way to the edge, like to inside the edge of the paper, but this side I have nothing. So if I draw something like that, it would help me to balance the artwork, but also it promotes a problem because it covers some important part of his body, which I don't want to be covered. So what else can we do? Like that. Yeah, that covers his shoe. That's no good. Alright, so that is that. So it's like a little bell. That's ridiculous. If it's bell, it's wrong in so many levels. What could it be? What could it be? Okay, you know what? Doesn't really matter. We're just gonna add that to it. Just like it acted like a little extra. I don't know what you call it. Little extra thing that helps to make the artwork look a little more vibrant. and dynamic. I'll make the back a little wider so we can see how old and broken this piece of thing is. Hi. Hi, welcome back. I think I've just did something really good for that. So what I'll do now is to get rid of some of the details. I'll get rid of some of the overlappings so we can see good amount of details here. Yeah, because overlapping will usually cause confusion, so I'm getting rid of these overlapping things here. Okay, so that's the hand, that's him. Now these two are very clean now. After that, I need to give a mask to my monster, and I'm gonna cover half of his face. Wait, if I knew I'm gonna cover half of his face, I probably don't even have to draw with symmetrical. I can just draw it. Alright, it's not a huge deal. Yes, so I'm not sure if that's exactly what I want to do, but I'll probably draw something related to kind of indicating the hand is there. Yeah, so that'll be good enough for now. There'll be some backgrounds here at the bottom part of it where he's jumping up from. So basically there's like a platform at the very low area. He was jumping from that little cliff platform kind of thing, and then on the cliff there are like tombstones, some tombstones here and there. He and his friend were just hiding there and tried to attack the boss. Or the boss was just the bad guy, or the monster, was just passing through here. So they basically try to hunt for this guy. Yeah, that's that. Now I'm definitely going to refine some of the drawings at the bottom part. So he's in the air, and there will be more smoke and cloud bits at the lower part here. That's for sure, just to echo with the stuff on the top. All right. Now that will be it. To be honest, I don't know what else I should draw here. But yeah, for this one, I'm happy to wrap it up. That's gonna be a good draft for the illustration. All right, so I'm happy with what I got here so far. Let's have a look. Oh, thanks for posting. There are actually a lot of people posting here. I didn't realize that. Um, yeah, so there are a number of people posting on the community, which is really cool. I would love to have a look. Okay, I wish everything is. Did I start a stream just now? Yes, I did. I started a stream just now. All right. Hey, buddy, I don't see it. I don't see your artwork in the stream. I've seen some other people's artwork, which looks really cool. Um, as maybe we should. Oh, that's yummy. Okay, so we do have some communities stuff here. Oops. Yeah, so it's gonna be like that, right? So if I go click that, what is that? That is cool. That's a Halloween theme. That's nice. I like that. Okay. Oh yeah. That's good. Thanks. And second, I love this one. This is a cookie pack. That's great. How do I like it? I need to figure out how to like it. Okay, I'm gonna. Alright, I'm extremely not familiar with this, so I definitely need to make myself familiar with it. Oh, this one's good. This guy is really good. He's got 45 likes, and he's good. There's 6 comments. How do I see it? That's very cool. So that, I suppose, is a marker work, and the best bit is actually write the characters there, the Japanese kanji there. And yeah, I like how these dudes look like. Look at the patterns. Look at the details of the pattern. That is great. All right. I mean, the proportion of the face can be adjusted a little bit, but I really like the patterns on the shirt. That one's great. Love pixel art too. Yeah, this is definitely very, very spot on. Well done. Very talented people here. Yes, I'm starting to stream. And the very last one is here. That is so cute. Get up, get dressed, get stressed, get depressed. Well, now you know what the problem is? You didn't get dressed. You only get yourself a hat, and that's why you're stressed. And that's why you're depressed. You need to dress up properly. Alright, good to know. Oh, I like this cat. It looks so cute. Let's go back. Oh my, I've seen that now. That is great. Oh my god, look at the lightings, man. I really like that. Yeah. I like how you utilize the different kind of brushes to create different effects there. That is good. I love that. Yep. You know what? I don't feel like I need to change anything to it. If there's one thing I would adjust, I mean, shape-wise, you're doing good. If there's one thing I would love to adjust, is you see this big puffy shape of the cloud, right? Rach, I'm gonna give that 8.5 out of 10, I suppose. yeah, it's really good. um, 0.5 is for you to improve a little bit, because in the middle of this, you see the contrast among the artwork is this. When you have your main character there, right in the middle of the picture, you want that to be the strongest contrasty point. So what do you do is you put vibrant colors on that, which you did. That's great. Now the other thing you can do to make it stand out is to change the background color. You see, we kind of have a very like soft blue color around him because that's part of the cloud. If you could make it somehow or that organically or naturally becomes white around him, and white is a color that's a lot lighter than his body color and the skin tone, and that would boost him and Pikachu a lot. That will give the contrast, that yeah, basically make the contrast look pretty strong. So that's something we could change. But look, if you don't want to change that, it's perfectly fine. I think that looks brilliant. Yeah, yeah, that's good. I love it. I love the ideas too. It's like an ending scene of an episode of some kind. Very good. Hi. Yeah, so lovely, lovely drawing here. I love this. Is this on iPad? How did you draw that? Oh, hang on, where is it? Is it gone? Oh my god, why is it gone? I don't see it anymore. Hmm. Okay, now yeah, I think these two are my favorite. The drawing, which um, this harsh child did really well. And the other thing is the cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? I love cookies. So that one is fantastic. Um, okay, so that post is gone. Oh man, I hope I don't make you feel bad because it was such a great post. Um, all right, now we'll go back to the drawing itself. I want to draw a couple of other things to make it look like it's the distance. So perhaps a small structural thing at the bottom part, or hill, or like mountains at the bottom. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to think about that because if I just draw a regular mountain like that, it works, but it's pretty boring as well. So perhaps something a little more. Perhaps something a little more like creative needs to be added. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta have to think about this now. Um, and I need to refine this hand as well. This is a very tricky hand for me to draw. Oh, hey, thanks for coming. We're almost wrapping up at the moment. I'm drawing the illustration, and this is a drafting stage. Um, I make this illustration for my story. I'm writing a story at the moment, and hopefully I'll turn that into a manga of some kind. Yeah. That's what we're doing here. But I got this guy pretty much sorted out, so he's fine now. And then I got his hand worked out as well. No, sorry, the big hand from the big boss. And then the boss is right there in the distance, kind of thing. I feel like the boss can be even smaller. And I'll put the lower part down a little more. Yeah, this will work better. No worries, no problem. Alright, yeah, but look, I think I've pretty much done what I need to do for today. So what I'll do is I'm gonna perhaps call this off now. And yeah, and we'll discuss the rest of the details of the story later. Okay, that hand is big enough. Okay, I like that. I'll probably make the guy a little smaller. I've been adjusting the size for so many times, back and forth, and try to find a perfect ratio. It's like I want to make him look like he's closer, but I also want to make him look like he's very small, because I don't want him to overpower the monster, because the monster is still pretty strong. Yeah, so perhaps something like this would do. Yeah. Okay. I've done today. This is 12:14 a.m. now. AM time. So thanks, good vibes, to stay with me. I really appreciate that. And thanks for Turkey Great House to tune in and ask me questions. Hope you enjoy the drawing. And gonna continue with that, and only because there are a lot of things I need to refine. There are a lot of details needs to be there too. All right, that's the end of it. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye guys.